Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy. Another upload. Like I said at the beginning of this week, we were gonna sign two players, and I did confirm. It was confirmed by Chris Whitley. The two players we were gonna sign were Ben White and Albert Sambi Lokonga. Now, I think I got what I got wrong was the order. I think I said Albert Sambi Lokonga was to sign first, and Ben White was to sign second. There is a difference in valuation between Arsenal and Anderlecht in the Albert Sambi Lokonga deal. However, we have signed Ben White. It's a total agreement between Arsenal and Brighton as per David Onstein and Fabrizio Romano. They have confirmed Arsenal. The second bid, £50 million, has gone in and it has been accepted. So we're gonna discuss that in this video. Congratulations, many Arsenal fans. I think there's been a lot of transfer frustration in the Arsenal, in the Arsenal camp. A lot of transfer frustration. Beginning with me as a person, I really don't like it when Arsenal takes a lot of time negotiating deals that do not break. We've been linked with millions and millions of names in this transfer summer. Finally, one of them is getting down, and that is Ben White. We have agreed. We have a total agreement with Brighton. Negotiations have been very positive, and finally we've got that one in. So our next signing is gonna be Albert Sambi Lokonga. Those are the first two signings that I did confirm at the beginning of this week. So I'm gonna discuss the details of those deals in this video. Do me a favor, smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel as well, and obviously please do turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any done deals in terms of Arsenal news. Honestly, the videos are brought to you by OneXpert. They sponsor me. They have sponsored me throughout the month of June, and they'll sponsor me throughout the month of July. So make sure you check out OneXpert. They bring you the latest in terms of betting. So if you're looking for the best betting odds, if you're looking for a genuine betting company, online betting company that's gonna give you those genuine odds, that's gonna give you those odds that really that are quite genuine, and they're gonna pay your money, whether it's 100 or 200 or 300 million. The moment you win it, just get a notification on your phone that you've won your money. It's been deposited into your account. So make sure you check out OneXpert. Use my promo code Cossy Media. You could win up to $130, and of course you have a 200% welcome bonus with OneXpert. Betting not accepted to persons under the age of 18 years of age. So let us get into it. And yesterday, I think it was around 21 hours, this is what David Onstein said. Arsenal moving closer to an agreement with Brighton for Ben White. Brighton AFC wants a guaranteed 50 million euros. AFC are offering 45 plus 5 million euros. Face-to-face talks have taken place, and negotiations continue over add-ons, payment structure, etc. No other bidders yet. So that was David Onstein yesterday. He was saying that Brighton was saying they need that guaranteed 50 million euros. They were saying no matter the payment structure, because like I said, the way transfers work, you're never gonna pay that amount on the table. You're never gonna pay it at once. If it's 50 million pounds, probably you could pay some 17 or 20 million pounds in cash, and then you could pay the rest in installments and add-in. So what Brighton wanted was the deal should be at least the deal should close with 50 million euros on the table. So what Arsenal have done, we have gone in with a 45 million pound deal, and then 5 millions in add-ins. Yesterday, David Onstein also confirmed that we were still talking about we were still negotiating add-ons. How do they benefit if the club goes to the Champions League? How does Brighton benefit if the club goes to Europa League and things like that? And if we win any silverware, how does Brighton benefit? But we're also discussing the structure of how are we gonna pay this money, and that is the problem with many transfers and transfer deals. it is the structure that takes a lot of time. I think one of the things you can talk about, or one of the deals we can talk about, is the Nicola Pepe deal. When we were signing Nicola Pepe, it was £72 million, and everybody was like, wow, that is so astronomical. But actually, indeed, if you look at the payment structure of that deal, it's ridiculous. There's no way Lille is going to get £20 million in one season. No way. I mean, Arsenal is gonna pay £7-8 million, probably per year until you complete that money. So with the Ben White deal, the structure is still being negotiated, but we have a total agreement between us and Brighton. So Ben White, as soon as the Euros end, he's gonna be an Arsenal player. I think it was Fabrizio who said yesterday that this deal might not be announced before the Euros end. And I think if you're really a football fan, you do understand why this is not going to be announced before the Euros end. The reason there is the player is playing with England in the Euros. He needs maximum concentration. He needs maximum levels of attention with the English national team. So I don't expect Arsenal to rush this deal and announce that we have signed Ben White. But I think the only difference this deal brings on the table is how fast we have done it. It's a $50 million deal. That is an expensive deal. It's a deal that you would have expected Arsenal to drag along along the whole summer, trying to negotiate. We're giving you 35, we're giving you 45. The add-ins are gonna be 3 million. But last week we went in with a 40 million euro bid. It was rejected. Arsenal sat back and were like, fine, but you know what? We're coming in with the second bid. And Brighton were like, fine, you're coming in with the second bid. We are waiting for that. And this week, like I said, 2 done deals. They should get in. They are in. Ben White has signed. Oh, not really signed, but then we have a total agreement with Brighton, and we have also agreed personal terms. I'll speak about that in the next video. Personal terms also are not a big problem between Arsenal and Ben White. The only problem that you would have expected is the price. 50 million euros. That's big money. That is really, actually, 50 million pounds. That is really big money. But Arsenal saying, you know what? We're giving you 45 million pounds in terms of payments, and when the player does well, if a player gets any milestones, if he achieves any milestones, if he gets to any level of success at our club, well, good and fine, we are gonna give you an extra 5 million pounds in add-ons. I think that has been brilliant. We've got to give Mikel Arteta credit, but we also have, we've also got to give Edu credit. The way he has handled this deal is very, very exceptional. So Ben White comes in at Arsenal as a new centre back. He's 23 years of age. I think that is the right age for playing football at this point in time. He's played 36 games out of 38. He started 36 games out of 38 at Brighton last season. He was one of the best players at Leeds last season, but one in the Championship. So I think if you think about Ben White at the moment, you're talking about a top-class centre back that's gonna be playing with Gabriel Magalhaes in a centre back partnership, and I think that's what Arsenal have been looking for. Rob Holding, not good enough. I've said this whole the whole of last season that if you're using Rob Holding as your centre back and you're signing him on a new contract, there is no way absolutely you're dreaming about getting into Champions League. You're not dreaming about getting into Europe. You're not dreaming about winning anything. All you're dreaming about is staying in the league. Rob Holding is an awful defender. Very, very awful. Look, you could have him as a backup defender. I don't have any issues with that. You could have him as an FA Cup player or a Carabao Cup player. I have no issues with that. But if you're playing in the league and you have ambitions as a club, you can't use Rob Holding. So I think one problem has been solved. Total agreement between Arsenal and Brighton, 50 million pounds. That's going to be the price, and Ben White will be our player after the Euros. I think that's when we shall announce his signature. There is a total agreement between the two clubs. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed. David Ornstein has also confirmed. The two clubs are in positive talks now to talk about the structure of the payment. Our bid has been accepted. Congratulations, Arsenal. That's all I can say at the moment. I think what we have done at this point in time is a surprise. It's a blow to many rivals that were not expecting it. Many are, and I'm gonna take a dig at many rival fans who who come out and shout, you know what, Arsenal do not have money. You know what, Arsenal is broke. I think you people get it wrong. I think we have the money. We have rich capitalists who do not want to spend money in our club. So signing Ben White comes in as a surprise to many people who can't believe that Arsenal signed a 50 million centre back. For me, it shows me that probably in the next 2 years we could get back to the level we want to be. Liverpool have a 75 million pound centre back. Manchester United have an 80 million centre back. I think Manchester City signed Laporte at 40 million, and they also signed Ruben Neves at around 50 or 60 million euros. So you can see, I mean, if you have Gabriel Magalhaes, 27 million pounds, and then you have Ben White, 50 million euros, that is around 80 million pounds in your defense. An average age of 25. I think an average age of 24, honestly, works well. So with William Saliba, I think it's gonna go out on loan, either to Newcastle or back in France. I don't have any issues with that. I think he's not gotten a fair trial. He's not getting a fair chance, but we can't do anything. Like I said, we've got to be ruthless. If you're not going to sign William Saliba, sign in a decent centre back. Ben White is the man that has been chosen by the Arsenal board and the Arsenal committee to replace William Saliba and David Luiz. So we bring in a centre back. Will we bring in a right back? Will we bring in a goal scoring midfielder? And shall we replace Granit Xhaka? In this video, I've just come to confirm that we have had a total agreement between us and Brighton. We will sign Ben White for 50 million euros. Personal terms are not a problem. The players already agreed to join Arsenal. I'll speak to you in the next one. Please do smash a like on the video, because more and more stories are coming out for regarding Albert Sambi Lokonga today. Talk about Kamavinga today, and we also talk about Ben White in detail in the coming videos.